I'm Vicky.
I'm standing on the hospital sidewalk, the cold Oregon morning biting through my thin jacket. In my arms is my newborn son, Leo, wrapped snugly in a hospital swaddle. The world around me seems to carry on as if my life hasn't just been shattered into a million pieces. My phone lies silent in my pocket, no message from Ryan, the man I thought I loved. His voicemail still rings in my ears, a cold, cruel reminder of his betrayal. I can't do this. I never wanted a baby, a family. That was never the plan, he said. And then, the final blow. I sold your apartment.
It's all under my name now.
I'm out. As I stand here, alone and lost, a black Chevrolet Tahoe pulls up in front of the hospital. The driver's door opens, and out steps Ethan, an old high school friend. In the gray morning light, he looks like a vision, tall and broad-shouldered, holding a small bouquet of tulips, my favorite flowers. "Vicky," he says softly, "I'm here." My eyes fill with tears. I try to speak, but the words catch in my throat. Ethan doesn't hesitate. He takes the hospital bag from my shoulder and opens the back door of the Tahoe. Inside, there's a brand new infant car seat, ready for Leo.
How?
I managed to whisper. "Your friend Lily called me last night. She was worried you wouldn't reach out to anyone. And she mentioned your due date was close, so I thought I'd be prepared," he says with a shy smile. I nod, too overwhelmed to say more. Once Leo is safely buckled in, Ethan helps me into the passenger seat and drapes a blanket over my legs. The drive to my mom's house in Springfield is quiet at first. I keep my eyes fixed on Leo, afraid that if I look away, the pain will consume me. Ethan drives steadily, his presence a reassuring anchor. After a while, I whisper, "Lily told you everything?" "Yes," he replies. "She's been beside herself with worry. She wanted to come get you, but your mom insisted someone should stay home and prepare." I wince at the thought of facing Lily after our last fight. Ethan seems to read my mind. "Lily's not angry, Vicky. She's just scared. She cares about you more than you know." When we pull up to my mom's house, the porch light is on. The front door flies open and my mom, Sarah, rushes out. Her eyes are filled with worry as she reaches for me. "Honey, are you okay? Come inside." I break down, collapsing into her arms while still holding Leo. Lily follows closely behind, her eyes red and guilt written all over her face. "Vicky, I'm so sorry. I should have been there for you." I shake my head.
No, Lily.
"I pushed you away." I didn't listen. We hug tightly, the kind of hug that mends broken hearts. Inside, Ethan sets my belongings down gently. When I look up at him, he steps closer. "I checked the county property records last night. The sale of your apartment doesn't look right." My heart skips a beat. "What do you mean?" He explains that Ryan used a power of attorney notarized out of state and the signature verification doesn't meet Oregon standards. The sale is voidable and Ryan is in serious legal trouble. I'm still trying to process all this when I remember the nurse's words at the hospital. "There's something else," I say, my voice trembling. "The nurse said they found traces of an herbal uterine stimulant in my blood. Ryan was making me herbal tea every night when I was cramping." The room falls silent. My mom's eyes fill with fury. "He wanted you to lose the baby." Lily lets out a sharp breath. I knew he was selfish, but this is unforgivable. Ethan's expression is tight with anger. He also transferred the funds to an account in Nevada and bought a bus ticket south. I've already filed a report with the police and the DA's office. I touch Leo's tiny hand, feeling a new sense of clarity. For the first time, I see the truth about Ryan. The illusions I've held onto for so long have finally shattered. Looking back, it all started on a seemingly ordinary Tuesday morning. I lived in a small 2-bedroom apartment in Eugene, a place that held so many memories of my late grandmother. The walls were old, and the place wasn't fancy, but it was mine. That morning, as a light mist covered the streets outside, I stood in my bathroom, staring at 3 positive pregnancy tests. The word pregnant on the digital test flashed like a bolt of lightning, shocking me. I pressed my hand to my abdomen, a mix of excitement and disbelief washing over me. I went to a nearby women's clinic to confirm, and the kind nurse told me I was about 6 weeks along. On the way back to my car, I couldn't stop smiling. I imagined telling Ryan the news. I thought he'd be as happy as I was, that this would be the start of our new family. I rushed home and started preparing a special dinner. I pulled out fresh salmon, baby potatoes, and the herbs Ryan liked. I wanted the evening to be perfect, but as the hours passed, Ryan didn't show up. When he finally walked in, he smelled of beer and theater dust. He barely glanced at the dinner I'd prepared, his attention focused on his phone and his theater group messages. When I told him I was pregnant, his reaction was not what I expected. His face went pale, and he stared at me in silence. "I just didn't expect this," he said. "I'm not sure we're ready." Over the next few days, Ryan became more and more distant. He stayed late at rehearsals, claiming the director needed him. He never contributed to the rent or bills, relying on the savings my grandmother left me. I tried to believe that he just needed time to adjust. I told myself that once he got used to the idea, he'd come around. But deep down, I started to have doubts. One day, I ran into Ethan at a shopping plaza. It had been years since we'd seen each other. He'd changed a lot. He was more confident, with a successful financial consulting business. We talked briefly, and his warm, genuine smile made me feel a strange sense of comfort. A few days later, Ryan came home with an unusual burst of enthusiasm. He started talking about buying a new home in a fancy neighborhood. "We need a bigger place for the baby," he said. "Your inheritance can help us make a big down payment." I was hesitant. I loved my apartment. It was a link to my grandmother. But Ryan was so insistent, and I was so tired from the emotional roller coaster. I finally agreed to at least look at some listings. Then, the pain struck. I was walking from the kitchen to the living room when a sharp cramp hit me. I called Ryan, but he didn't answer. I had to call 911. At the hospital, Ryan showed up nearly an hour later, more annoyed than worried. When the doctor told me I needed bed rest for 2 weeks, Ryan's focus shifted to the apartment. He convinced me to sign a power of attorney, saying it was just temporary and for our future. Lily came to the hospital and was horrified when she saw the power of attorney papers. She tried to warn me, but I was too exhausted and scared to listen. Ryan wasted no time. With the power of attorney in hand, he sold my apartment, transferred the money to his account, and disappeared. And now, here I am, with Leo in my arms, starting a new chapter. Ethan, Lily, and my mom are by my side, helping me piece my life back together. The road ahead is still uncertain, but I know I'm not alone. In the weeks that follow, life in Springfield slows down. My mom takes care of me and Leo with so much love. Lily is constantly around, bringing groceries and helping with the baby. Ethan is also there, quietly supporting me. He checks on the case against Ryan, making sure I'm informed of every step. As the months pass, Leo grows. He smiles more, and his tiny hand curls around my finger with trust. I'm healing, both physically and emotionally. One warm May afternoon, when the lilac bushes in my mom's yard are in full bloom, Ethan arrives with a handmade wooden rattle in the shape of a fox for Leo. We sit on the porch swing, Leo asleep between us. The sun is warm, and a gentle breeze lifts my hair. After a long silence, Ethan says, "Vicky, when you're ready, I'd like to take you out. Not as a rescue, but as two people who choose each other." I look at him, my heart feeling a new kind of peace. "I'm not ready to say yes yet, but I'm not afraid of the idea," I reply. He smiles, a small, warm smile that fills me with hope. And as I look at Leo, and then out at the lilac bushes swaying in the breeze, I know that my life, though it has been through so much, is finally starting to look up.